Right, so just going to do a little bit of cutting with the Scar Blades Grizzly with 1 ton rated paracord. It's really thick, super thick, about 3 times as thick as normal paracord. Slices right through that stuff with a breeze, like a breeze. Nice. Oh yeah. So this will easily cut through any normal paracord or other type of, webbing, that type of stuff out of the box. I mean, that just slices right through there, no problemo. Oh yeah. Just a little bit of pressure. It will not just push cut through because of the thickness of the blade, it just won't do that. But with very little push, I can go right through that 1 ton rope. Yeah. This Grizzly does a great job with this type of cutting. Oh man, look at that fire stick. I'm gonna be able to start a fire, piece of cake with that. Now we're talking. Yeah, check that out. Sweet. Heck yeah. Man. This Scar Blades Grizzly, I mean, slicing right through that wood. Loving that. Yeah, very comfortable in my hand. Feels so good. That jimping's really nice, even barehanded. I can really get in there and work on this wood if I have to. Very comfortable. Get a fire stick going or whatever else I would need. Oh yeah, I love that. Feels really good in the hand. Oh yeah. Now Scar Blades grinds in all their knives at 30 degrees, which is pretty wide grind angle. Now they say that they do that for chopping, that their knives are necessarily designed for chopping, which means that the edge will last quite a long time, which means it's not quite as razor sharp out of the box as maybe some other knives that you may know that have maybe either like Becker, does 20-degree grind angles, Gerber does like 15, Buck does 13 to 15. So those grind angles make the knives really sharp, but they dull really quick. So their thought process between grinding in at 30 degrees is that it may not be quite as sharp as maybe some people would like, but the edge is going to last a really long time before you have to resharpen it. Now with this, I'm seeing that it's doing a good job doing these feather sticks and stuff. Even if I do a little bit of a reverse grip like I like to do, I can do this very comfortably. I'm grabbing those handle scales on either side right there. It feels really good as I do this. Really fun to use. I love using this Grizzly. And you can easily, ooh man, look at that. Reprofile 1095. 1095 high carbon steel is not too hard to reprofile. So if you did want to bring it into 20 degrees or 15 degrees even without too much difficulty, maybe a half hour on a stone, you could get this to a different grind angle and get it more hair popping sharp versus utility sharp. Because with how small this knife is, I think it would serve itself a little bit better if it had a little bit more aggressive grind angle. But as you can see here, I mean, I'm just destroying this piece of wood, and I know it's going to last forever before I have to go into the stone and resharpen this Grizzly. Hey there everybody, welcome to another episode of Gideon's Tactical. Today we got another Scar Blades knife for us to check out. This is the Scar Blades Grizzly. So this is the knife we're checking out today. This is a mini EDC / survival knife / self-defense / whatever you want it to be. So I'll give you the basic specs. We'll jump into this review. We got a 7-inch knife, 3-inch blade, 4-inch handle. Micarta scales, weighs 7 ounces, and has a 3/16" thick spine, flat grind, 1095 steel, made here in the USA. Kydex sheath. Those are the basic specs. Knocked them out really nice and quick for you. Let's jump on into this blade. You got a 3-inch blade, which is really nice, made out of that 1095. High carbon steel, great steel with a good coating on there, nice and slick. It's not, textured, really aggressive, so it drags through cardboard or wood or whatever, and it's very durable. That's what I really like about these Scar blades, is that coating on that 1095 is very durable. Got a flat grind. Now, for a knife of this size, I would prefer a full flat grind versus a flat grind, but it lends itself to have a really nice thick spine, thick blade with that flat grind Scar. Just to kind of show you an example, here's a BK14 full flat grind. This one has a flat grind, just kind of give you an idea there. So 3-inch blade, going to do a lot of EDC tasks for you, perfect size, just awesome in every way. Going to be able to slice through cardboard, through wood, do, very minimal batoning, anything those other, like a Rat 3, an Azula 2, BK14, those type of knives. This is going to do a great job for you and be thicker than any of those other blades, which is really nice. Razor sharp out of the box, Rockwell hardness 58 for the edge, which is awesome. Going to hold an edge well, and when it comes time to resharpen, it's not going to be too difficult. Good amount of belly, not insane, say like its little brother, the little Hornet. I mean, that's all belly. But it does have a good amount of belly into a good tip that is rather precise. You could penetrate with that without too much difficulty, get into your wood, cardboard, or if you had to, self-defense. Now, that tip is not ideal. It's very rounded, gives a good amount of belly, good slicing capabilities, but isn't necessarily the best stabber or penetrator in the world. I'm talking particularly for, if you had to defend yourself, self-defense type of stuff. It'll do the job. It's just not ideal. Let's just put it that way. But other than that, razor sharp, going to do all those tasks that you would want it to do. Let's go ahead and talk about the fit and feel in your hand. It feels awesome in my hand. I wear large size gloves, and you basically, you get, like I said in the specs, 3-inch blade, 4-inch handle, which is really nice because you got this really massive finger choil. Gives it for your index finger to fit in there really nice. You are locked in. You are not coming up on that blade. Very comfortable. Great amount of jimping. That's awesome. Gives you really good traction, deep, but it's not painful to your fingers. Very, very good. And that nice thick 3/16 of an inch spine. You're not going to snap this thing. You're not going to break it. It's very thick. And lends itself just to be very comfortable. You got a lot of real estate basically to play with your thumb if you have to put some pressure on whatever you're cutting, be it a cardboard box or some wood or whatever. So you're locked into place right there, really nice. Then the Micarta scales, awesome. I love those Micarta. You got Grizzly, if I can get it there, there we go. Grizzly etched in on one side, name of the knife, and then Scar Blades USA on the other. They're bolted in so you can take them off if you did want to with the lanyard hole. Really nice and thick. Feels really good in your hand. Just awesome, and you can see there with my large size glove hands, I got plenty to spare. I got about another inch worth of knife there on the back end when I'm using it, which is really nice for those of you who have extra large size glove hands or large, but you like these little knives. This is going to feel amazing in your hand. Fills it out really well, and I just love it. Just feels very, very good. The fit and feel, awesome. Nice big lanyard hole. You could definitely get 550 paracord through that lanyard hole without any trouble. Going on here to the sheath itself. Awesome Kydex sheath. This is what makes this Scar blade even a more home run. All their knife sheaths look very similar in that you get a hole up here for a lanyard if you wanted to wear this as a neck knife, and you could do that as a neck knife. You got a drainage hole in there, some other latching points. You got a nice Kydex belt loop, fully enclosed so that you can fit any normal size belt through. Then you got a flathead screwdriver right there. You just unscrew it, and the belt clip will rotate 360 degrees, so you can carry it all different ways on your belt, all different styles, whichever. Then the knife clicks into place, boom, with authority, not coming out, no rattle, no nothing, and this is one of the best, more secure Kydex sheaths on the market, because so many knives of this size and caliber come with, they're great little knives, but the sheaths are junk. This is all enclosed. Everything about this knife is awesome. There's really nothing I can complain about except for this one thing. With the sheath itself, now this is only if you had to pull it out really fast, and it's just kind of a little pet peeve. It's nothing that holds back from this knife sheath, but as you can see how high up this Kydex goes, when I'm pulling this knife out, I can really only grab it with 3 fingers. So I gotta use my thumb, use 3 fingers, pull out, and it's nice and secure in there. And you can see this is where my hand is when the knife comes out. I'm not holding it very securely. I definitely can't go immediately to a thrust if I had to. You never want to be in that situation, but if you had to, I got to move up, scoot up, and then grab the knife and use it however I want. That is just kind of annoying. I really would have liked to see this Kydex brought down a little bit so I could get all 4 of my fingers on there and then pull it out easier without having to adjust my hand and walk it up the knife every time I pull it out.
Not a big deal, just a little pet peeve of mine. Would have liked to see that. That's really, I mean, I really had to nitpick to find something, you know, that I didn't like about this Scar blades. So just kind of give you some side-by-sides here really quick so you can kind of get an idea. Previously reviewed the Scar Blades Little Hornet. Try and line these up perfectly here. There we go. And then the BK, awesome, probably never going to get rid of this knife, the BK14 Escobar. So there they are, all lined up with each other, as you can see. And they're all made, again, 1095, made in the U.S. Now, basically, just kind of give you an idea of the Grizzly in comparison to the other two, since that's what we're reviewing. If you have a BK14 and you love that knife, this is basically going to give you just about a third of an inch less of blade length, but a third of an inch more handle length. So, and it'll fill out your hand better. So if you love your BK14 and you're like, I love it, but I really wish I had a better handle, this is going to give you a much better handle than the BK14 would. Then if you're rating it against the Little Hornet, you're going to get about a ½ inch more of blade length, less belly, but you'll get, this is a 2.5 inch blade length, this is a 3 inch blade length with the Grizzly versus the Little Hornet. So you're going to get about a ½ inch more blade length, weighs ½ an ounce less. This one weighs 7, this weighs 7.5. The downside is I will still rate the Little Hornet as still a better handle. Out of all three of these, this has the best handle, then the Grizzly, then the BK14 has the least comfortable handle and feels the least comfortable in your hand. So with that being said, just kind of want to show you some of these side-by-sides here. Really up to you. Really, you know, all three of these are awesome. Just kind of depends on your price point and what you're looking at and what you're thinking about when it comes to a little EDC survival type of knife. So those are, you know, just kind of basic specs for you. Just want to show that to you there. The other thing is it is heavy. 7 ounces, that's a heavy blade. Just to show you in comparison, the BK14 with these handle scales is about 4 ounces. This one is 7, so you're getting 3 more ounces. Now, granted, you got nice Micarta scales, and you got a thicker blade. You can just see that there. Thicker blade with the Grizzly versus the BK14 Escobar. But it's really your choice, really what you want your little EDC fixed blade survival knife to do. So there's the blade for you. Hopefully this helps you out. I would highly recommend it if you love these little blades and you don't want to have to do any modifications. You don't want to have to buy aftermarket handle scales. You don't want to have to buy an aftermarket sheath. It comes in one package, ready to go. Great for all EDC, survival, even possibly hunting, self-defense tasks. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Again, the Scar Grizzly, grab one, go out there, go, you know, survive in the Codex. You know, you'll definitely enjoy using your Scar blades out there in the bush. So thanks for watching. Stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.